For my whole life, I was trying to get approval from my father and achieve something and leave my legacy. Basically to justify my existence and have a life he will approve, or as I later realized, live a life so grand so that he will be okay knowing he gave his completely to me, so therefore I must be double to make it up somehow. Accumulating and learning ridiculous amounts of information so that one day something would blossom inside me and come out as something never before seen in this world. This external search has completely overshadowed my essence that was always there. Tesla and all the great inventors did not birth some knowledge that only they were able to birth. They discovered natural energy that is already inherent. When I realized that none of the knowledge I was learning about what I am teaching and even getting insights from the ether and the void are actually mine, that I'm a channeler and a vessel for the spirit of life to express itself, I saw that my whole life I carried this weight, that I would bring something only I can bring to this world. I was learning and chasing onto this being the source of my self-worth, if and when it would happen one day in the future, and then I would earn it. Who am I now that I see that it's not like this at all? We are here to bring something no one else can bring, and that is our unique individual knowing and perspective, our way of dancing, our way of painting, our way of arranging buckets in the cupboard, our way of cutting up pineapple, our way of wearing our pants on our heads like when we were kids. We are all capable of the same superpowers. Some have genes activated earlier in better childhood environments, some have to consciously work on this more, yet it's all there. All 64 genetic gates accessible either in your own body form or through connection with others. Everything but our souls is borrowed from the earth, which makes it scary yet makes life light and creates opportunities to try and experience everything. Creating more space, removing unnecessary everything that obstructs the essence, not caring about what we honestly don't care about, and then caring to the core about what we are truly drawn to, no matter if the whole world laughs and points. We are extensions of the earth. We are Earth's eyes and ears and noses and all sensory organs. We are here to translate her message, tell stories about our lives, and observe and tend to the garden, all of which we can do just with our essence. Easy. Discover your unique genetic configuration and unlock superpowers by revealing and healing shadows. The stronger the electrical current, the more grounding it requires. The larger your mind, body, and field of consciousness, the more stable your physical body needs to be to contain it and keep it anchored. The bigger your potential, creative power, gifts, and talents, the more you need to use them, otherwise the world will take this energy from you for something and drain it, as all energy must move. This is the reason why many artists, we are also addicted to many harmful things. As our creative potential is sitting around, it has to go somewhere, so it is always easier to waste it and spend into addictions. Every choice we make, an attention investment, is like paying an entry fee into a nightclub or a show or event. Our attention is the energy invested, and there is always a little death and a little birth with every choice. Every post, book, conversation, walk outside, movie, is a little death and a little birth. We always let go of a little part of ourselves by saying, I don't know, I want to know, and it is replaced by the new thing we invested our attention in. Be very mindful of your choices and what exchange are you initiating. The world is built from your intention. Even the smallest choices are important. Those are the ones that we often overlook. When creating or posting, do not have the intention on, let's make it and gamble to see if people like it and resonate. Holding the image of competing with other creators, with the hope of recognition or making money, and so forth. Sharing our knowing is sweet nectar for us and for others. Society teaches us everything is transactional and conditional. Rewire from competition and scarcity into an abundant fireplace gathering of wandering travelers, freely sharing experiences to keep the fire going, for both warmth and light of clarity. Make it and post with intention of, this is my raw truth of my life, and it is of great benefit to myself and to everyone if I share it. It's not about adding on in order to become. It's only ever about uncovering what is and always has been there inside of you, at the source. You are already the sorcerers and talented, skilled, gifted wizards. Find the feeling of sitting in a small group of close friends that want to hear your story, instead of the feeling of trying to get the attention of a whole stadium of people that are all talking at the same time. The clarity and all the talents you have come naturally to you, and that's why you think everyone else has it and why you should share them. No, they don't. Nobody has your perspective, your clarity, your insights, your puzzle piece. Things that are painfully obvious to you, others might be clueless about. Your perspective is as valuable as all the minerals in your bones and all the elements that comprise you and all the breaths you will ever take and all the body heat you emanate, and that doesn't even come close. Nature wastes nothing, so why would it waste anything on a unique you? You are here to be at the same time the main player in your own life and the support character in many other people's lives, and vice versa. Know that your gifts are valuable, and only when the flower opens, the bees will come. Do not leave this world with your song still inside you. Genetics. What ancestor are we honoring and coding? The most recent are reinforced by parents and latest ancestors. What they ate, how they moved, where they lived. All genes are potentials. We either use their shadow sides or superpower sides. Our recent ancestors were taught that the genes you have are lottery wins or losses. However, everyone has the option, how to use certain ones. It is like a switch, whether you are using it with awareness or unconsciously. If we choose to sit around watching Netflix all day eating junk food, we are choosing to embody our father, grandfather, cousin. If we choose a lighter, more hydrating diet, martial arts, being in nature and leading an active lifestyle, we are choosing to embody a Shaolin monk ancestor. This is more difficult as the programming of our recent ancestors is much stronger and closer, especially if we are around them and we share the same lifestyles. If you choose to activate DNA gene codes of more distant relatives in your blood, you might run into exile from the parents. As you know, the cat might kill its offspring if it smells a scent different from hers. I had my parents attack me on numerous occasions just because their microbiome was inhabited by different rulers than mine, and they sensed and felt betrayed and that I was a threat. And I was, yet not to them, but to the parasites. They are physical and metaphorical parasites, activating the shadow genes over and over again, keeping them in karmic loops. The body holds memory. We will choose which ones. Release stagnant water and remember what it's like to have clean water flowing within you. Through the ether element, we are continuously connected to the grid of life, the big field that holds all memories of all life that ever existed. We are able to tap into this and align with either ancient cones of lifestyles or recent victim codes that operate in the majority of people on the planet. Shamans and artists are bridges, people that are at the same time connected to the physical now realm and the etheric grid of archetypes and role models. They can help you disconnect and connect to these memories. This is my gift and calling as well. How to become rooted. Uprooted means out of place, not accepting where I am, not harmonizing with my environment, rejecting my environment. Root issues are feeling unsafe, the need for security and protection. Uprooted means wishing to be somewhere else. Unable to grow roots means unable to receive and give nourishment in the network of life and finances. Uprooted means nostalgia about others in other places. This makes you float away from the ground. You do not feel at home wherever you are. How to get this as a wandering traveler? Feel at home in the world, in nature. Feel that everyone is your brother and sister, that every place is your home. Life has you. Life cradles you. Regret uproots you as it pulls you back in time. Trust in life and the big picture. Be far-sighted and relax. Accomplish personal goals. Be a discerning edge, priest and judge, authority over yourself. Make new contacts, network, invest. Socially grow and grow the roots. Be wary of social media. Our minds are on the other side of the world. Our spirit and the breath is in the future, racing and running, or in the past, or in the food. Our emotions are tied up back in the 90s trauma, and our body is in the present, playing catch up with all these things all over the place, time and space. Not accepting our roots, our parents, cuts us off from our essence. When the world feels like it has nothing left to offer, it means that my inside is full of offerings that I am here to pull out into the world. When all consumption doesn't fill me, it means there is something being born inside me and awaits for me to use it and create. When nothing is funny anymore, it means the new humor is being born within me and awaits for me to use it. When communities are failing in front of me, it means that I can see improvement and I am here to create better ones. When music stops inspiring me and becomes a homogenized blob of sound, it means there is a whole discography within me waiting to be spoken and sung out. When there are no more good movies to see and books to read, it means that my standards are so high that I'm now capable of being the director, the storyteller, the main actor, everything but the audience that I was all this time. When there are no more challenging and innovative games out there, it means within me are ideas of how to challenge others to shock them into their full potential. When all structures and creations and buildings seem dull and boring and dehydrating to the senses, it means my inner architect is ready to build natural places of hydration and thrival. When the world seems to be stagnating, repeating itself, and falling apart, and I don't see a place in all of that for myself, it means that I am overqualified and I am to start building new horizons from my perspectives and visions of the future. Build with me. invite me to support your build